Hey everyone, it's Ashley with Wholesaling Out of the Box, and today I am joined by Cameron Peters, Jacob McPherson, Shawn Bowen, and Kaylee Body. And today is our 100th episode of the Wholesaling Out of the Box podcast.
Whoop, whoop.
So it has taken far more than 100 hours to get this far in the podcast. And I want to say a big thank you to everyone on the screen with me, because I know that they didn't want to do it all the time. And I had to bully them into coming on to some of these recordings. But they did it, and they sat there as I gave them notes and basically just told them what to say. So it wasn't me talking at you all the time. But I really appreciate it, guys, because this was something that I've been thinking about for a couple of years. And then COVID hit and I was like, well, now's the time, I guess. But yeah, so thanks for letting me tell you what to do for these 100 episodes. Here's to 100 more, and let's go ahead and get started. I've got some fun things planned for this.
Ooh.
So I've got some this or that questions. So for example, are you an audio or visual book reader? We're going to start with Shawn. I mean, we know the answer to a lot of these, but this is for you guys, for the listeners, to kind of get to know us more. So on my screen, it's Shawn, Kaylee, Jacob, Cam in clockwise order. So that's the order we'll go in. So Shawn, audio or visual?
Audio completely. I can say that I was just talking about this today, actually, that this year I had a goal of trying to finish 2 or 3 books, and I actually finished 7 because I did it on Audible. So learning your learning style and the best way to retain, I read a paragraph and I forget what I read. If I listen to it, I'm good to retain it. That's just how I learn. And I've learned that that's just the best way for me to be able to actually progress and get through books. I want to read books, but I just blank out and I don't read. And so my style is total Audible, completely Audible.
Kaylee?
I am a reader. Audible does not work for me. I tried it. Would never split the difference. Nope, not happening. I have to be in the character or whatever it is that I'm reading. So definitely a reader.
Jacob?
I'm audio for sure. Yep, same boat as Shawn.
Cam?
Audible. I fall asleep within 2 seconds of reading anything.
I'm a visual. I can read a lot faster than, like, I even listen to Audible on like double speed, but I can still, I'm just a fast reader. So to me, it's kind of boring if I have to sit there and just like wait, unless I'm doing something else, and then it's nice to have it on in the background.
Hey, Ashley,
Yes.
it takes stronger minds to read.
Here we go.
Very true.
Nice.
Shots fired. Okay.
Game on. I like it.
I mean,
like it.
that's how we had to plan out Traction and Never Split the Difference, though, when we were going through that. I was like, how long will it take you guys to read? And they were like listing times, and they were like, okay, how about you? And I was like, I mean, just tell me when you need it done by, because I'll do it like the day before. But anyway, so next one is iPhone or Android?
Ooh.
Android. I'm sorry.
Kaylee, you're going out of order.
iPhone, everything. iPad, iPhone, computer, iPods, everything.
Kaylee?
I'm definitely Android. iPhones make no sense to me. I buy a phone, then I got to buy this to make it work. I got to buy this. No, makes no sense.
Jacob?
I have Android and for the most part prefer Android, but I also have like Apple AirPods, and I have had iPhones in the past that I've actually been very satisfied with. So I can't really complain about either or, but right now it's definitely Android.
Don't drop your iPhone. I feel for you. But go ahead.
Cam?
Yeah, definitely Apple. Ever since I switched back in like 2000, whatever. I think at one time I counted that we had like 13 or 14 active devices in the family, all Apple, everything. So yeah, sorry guys.
iPhone too, or iPhone for me too. There are 2 kinds of people in this world. There are the green message people or the blue message people. And the green message people are just wrong.
That's funny. I don't care who you are.
Yeah, you're just wrong. All right, pie or cake?
Ooh, totally pie. We just got out of Christmas, and no judgment when you wake up in the morning and you eat pie for breakfast with an eggnog. Yes, pie.
And that's why we all gain weight over the holidays.
I like pie.
Kaylee?
I don't really have a preference.
What?
And only, well, except for like what Shawn was saying, like this time of the year, pie. But I don't think I eat pie any other time of the year, so I guess I'm a cake person.
Okay. Jacob?
Yeah, I think that one of my biggest weaknesses is cheesecake.
Yes.
So just because it falls in the cake category, I've probably got to go with that.
Okay. Cam?
Definitely pie. Ice cream is my favorite of all time, but just cake and pie all day.
I know people are going to get mad at me for this, but I'm not a big pie person. I don't really like pie. I like cake every day. Well, I mean, cake is also not every day, but like cake more than pie, definitely. Yeah. Okay. Zoom or Streamyard? For those of you that don't know, Streamyard is how we did our lunchtime lives, and Zoom is how we do pretty much everything else. So, Shawn.
Yeah, Zoom. I hate StreamYard. I like StreamYard for what it does, but as far as like share screening and audio and some of the other stuff, man, I'm a Zoom kid all day. Before it was cool.
Haley?
Zoom. I never did your StreamYard because it took too many steps to do it. So Zoom.
Jacob?
Yeah, I think I have to say Zoom, but that's mainly based on, like, I have a very limited experience with StreamYard, so I really can't speak to it. So I have to go with what I know in this case.
Okay. Cam?
Definitely Zoom. StreamYard it's great for what it does. It's exactly what Shawn said, but man, it sucks to navigate around. And I'll tell you what's even worse. One more slam on Microsoft is Microsoft Teams. That thing blows.
Oh, yeah.
That's what my kids have to use for school. And no, Zoom is way better. So much simpler.
Yeah, I mean, I really do like StreamYard for the live videos, and you can stream in so many places, but it's very annoying if you're trying to like stay on there after to do business meetings after a call, to the point where Shawn and I are like, okay, done. Zoom. Okay.
Totally Zoom.
Yeah. Okay. So property walkthrough or WOB meeting?
Ooh.
That is actually, I'm going to have to say, I can't give a favor to either one. I have to 50-50 it, and twofold, because there's so much aha moments that happen at both of them that it's satisfying no matter what, right? I feel like there's super beginner, you get to the walkthrough stuff and they're like, what? You know, this was so easy. Didn't realize it was not going to be such a difficult thing, you know, that kind of stuff. And then you get to the meetings and we all have the same thing that comes out of all those meetings, right? The second portion is probably the most favorite part, which is the role play, right? And it's just watching everybody crash and burn on their first day and then taking them out of the ashes and being like, it's okay, right? I love those. So I'd have to go, I don't have 50-50 on both. I can't pick one or the other.
Okay. Kaylee?
The meetings, particularly the role plays, I like the most. But I do like in the property walkthroughs, you get to meet more people, see more people, get and see their reactions to everything they learned or they thought they knew and really didn't know. So I'm with Shawn. It's difficult to choose.
Jacob?
Yeah, I'm kind of with Kaylee and Shawn as well, just based on like 50-50. I can't help it. Like I wholeheartedly agree with Shawn that the value at each one of them and seeing the aha moments out of people, like it's pretty evenly split, I would say. So, and I think that that's awesome. But if I had to choose one over the other, I probably would take meetings, and it would be because of role plays. The information that we talk about is great. There's no question about it. super valuable. Most of the people that actually everybody that comes always gives really good feedback at the end of the meeting as far as what their biggest takeaway was. So I think that that's just something that's really cool. But the role plays in and of themselves are, I feel like there are very few things that beat that in my book. So
Cam?
I'm not going to go the same way. I'm going to say property walkthroughs all day.
nice.
I do
Okay,
agree
strong
with everything
opinion. I
everybody
like
said
it.
about meetings and role plays, but that's all awesome. But I like that the house is different every time and the group is usually different every time. We do have people that come to a few property walkthroughs, and I would still encourage you to do that because the house is always different. So there's always something different to discuss. But it's meeting so many more people and seeing so many more houses. And we always have a discussion about what we might think, the rehabber might do. And we all see an issue and we're like, whoa, wait, what's going on with this wall? Like, you see this wall, right? You know what I mean? And I don't know. I really enjoy that. So I enjoy that more. I look forward to that once a month for sure.
Mine's easy because I don't go to the property walkthroughs. So meetings.
Yep.
Short and simple. Okay. Biz dev meetings or Wednesday numbers call. So for you guys out there, we do a call every Wednesday at 10 o'clock in the morning about going over our numbers, and it always devolves into something else. But yeah, what is your favorite?
Again, I'm going to split this one because we just started adding the business development, and I'm realizing as a company what that offers, because we're a virtual company, and the camaraderie that happens with us having lunch and talking about families and stuff like that. And then we still get into business stuff. So I feel like that's a really important part. But the Wednesday calls, from an owner standpoint, just everybody knows their numbers and they get to see it and be on track with it or not and talk about it. So yeah, I can't, as a business owner, I like to see both of them, but I think one of the big ones, I actually could probably lean more towards business development, I guess. I want to see the numbers, but even in business development, we can talk about those, but the ideas that come out of that meeting have gotten us to where we are today and what we're actually talking about right this second. So yeah, if I was going to lean toward one, I'd go towards business development.
Okay. Kaylee?
Definitely the business development meetings. You know, everybody getting together and actually, well, we see each other in these things, but it's not the same thing. And I think we have better brainstorming ideas when we're all together versus being on Zoom. So definitely the biz dev.
Okay. Jacob?
Yeah, I think I have to lean towards biz dev meetings as well. I really love our Wednesday calls because talking about the various deals that we have going on and the pipeline and the calls and so on, all that's super important, obviously. But I think that it's almost like short term versus long term for me, right? The Wednesday meetings is everything in the short term. This is like what's happening this week, and next month. Whereas the business development, that's like, okay, what are we going to be creating over the next 1, 3, 5, and 10 years? So two very, very different outlooks, and I like both of them. But if I had to lean towards one or the other, it would probably be biz dev for sure.
Cam?
Is dev. I think it's awesome. I think it's really helped us grow in a short time, almost exponentially. And in 2021, it will help us grow exponentially. But it's that time that we take out to grow. It's that time that everybody thinks they don't have time for, right? It's that thing that you need to set aside and you don't think you have time to do, but it's so very important. And so, yeah, I really enjoy it. We brainstorm and come up with great ideas and have a good time doing it. Yep, that's my favorite.
Yeah, definitely biz dev. I think like Kaylee said, our sessions are better because we can get in there. It's at the end of the week. But if you've listened to any of our Never Split the Difference calls, I talk about how Zoom fatigue is real. And I think that just being in person is just so helpful with that. We can really get into it. There's not technology issues that pretty much always come into play. Yeah, biz dev. Okay, this is the last this or that question, and then I have some others. And it can make or break relationships here, people. So right answers only. Toilet paper roll, over or under?
Oh my God.
Yeah.
That's pretty good because I know where this is going.
There is a
Over.
right answer. So
Over. There's only one right answer. Over.
okay. Kaylee?
Mine is always over, and I hate when someone puts it on wrong.
Jacob?
It's over because that's the way the patent is. Let's go.
Cam?
It's over. I fix it every week at Gather because some idiot there puts it under. A little bit too much information. Sorry.
You guys are right. It is over. So I'm glad we can all stay friends.
That's so funny. That was a good one. That was a good one.
Hey.
Left field. I love it.
Yeah, I was thinking about it because I had to change my toilet paper roll.
Oh man, that's
that's a
funny.
really good one. Okay, so now not some this or that questions, but just some general questions. Shawn, you walk into a bar, what is your drink order?
Oh man, whiskey on the rocks. Let's go.
Okay. Kaylee, I know you don't drink that much, but you have something.
Yes, I say the same thing. Just give me something fruity.
Mm.
I don't, whatever they give me is what they give me.
Okay. Jacob?
Depends on the occasion, but I think 9 times out of 10, it's probably an old fashioned.
Cam?
It's usually a beer, but if it's not, it might be a whiskey or a Long Island iced tea is my go-to. And I don't want something super heavy, but not a beer. But usually it's a beer 99% of the time.
Yeah. If it's not wine for me, I like the fun out there kind of cocktails that taste like lavender or rose or, anything like that. The weird ones. I'm always down to try a new cocktail. Okay, coffee order.
Oh.
Straight black. Give me a shot. Go.
Gaily.
Don't put nothing in it.
Hot chocolate, because I don't drink coffee.
Jacob?
Interesting.
Mine's a cappuccino or a cold brew, typically cold brew, just black.
Cam?
Black with a little sweetener, but I do like those Starbucks double chocolate chip big frap things with a shot of espresso. I like one of those every once in a while. It's like a big milkshake with a little coffee in it. But that's very rare, but maybe once or twice a month.
And the name on the cup, #basic.
Yep.
Mine is an iced latte, preferably with some kind of, like I said, with the drinks, some kind of flower flavor, rose, lavender, elderflower. I mean, I don't know. It's just so refreshing. But that's just me. Not everyone likes it.
If you guys ever order for me, it's hot chocolate with hazelnut.
Oh, I love hot chocolate with hazelnut.
Oh,
That's a good choice.
Interesting.
Oh, that's a good combo. I never thought about that.
I could see that being very, very tasty.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. Favorite RIA real estate investing acronym?
Oh.
LTV.
Okay. And then is it because of what it stands for, how it sounds, or what it is? Why is it your favorite?
The principle behind it controls everything else that comes with it.
Okay. Kaylee?
I don't have a favorite. But okay, so you said RIA, which is different than REI. So that's what I want to say. So REI is real estate investing, and RIA is real estate investing association. So
Jacob said that the other day too.
Huh?
Jacob said that the other day too, but I don't know. I heard it as RIA the first time I learned it, and so to me, that's what it's always going to be. Jacob?
I don't know that I have a favorite, but I think the most used is Mayo. So just because that's ultimately what we're trying to get at every single day. And if you're Cam, you're trying to get $40,000 below that apparently, and I got to work on that. So
Nice.
So Mayo for sure.
Cam?
Yeah, I like Mayo as well because I was talking to a dude about it one time. This is why it always sticks out to me. And he thought I was talking about mayonnaise for a little bit. And we had a big laugh about it. Like, you know what I mean? He was learning. I'm not judging the guy, but I always remember that laugh that we had. And I was like, I'm sorry, dude. You should have stopped me a long time ago. Be like, dude, why are you talking about condiments, bro? We're talking about real estate. Anyway, so I always chuckle. That's when you say acronym, that's the one that jumps out to me.
Yeah. Mine is Burr. And it's because I made everyone in Opportunity completely change our 2020 schedule so that we would have Burr in a cold month, just so I could use it for the pun.
I remember that.
And so we were talking about our 2021 schedule, and one of our partners kept trying to push it to like the summer. And I was like, you cannot do that because then we won't be able to use the pun. And so it's back to being in January or February. So
It's the little things. It's the little things.
okay. So what is your favorite company inside joke?
Oh,
God, where do you start with that one? There's too many.
Oh man.
Let's see. The go-to one. Watching the video.
Damn it, that was gonna be mine.
But I think the follow-up behind that would, I don't know if that would. No, I'll stick with that one. That's good. That's a good one. We'll stick with that one.
Kaylee?
Well, yeah, mine was going to be, there's quite a few that that go for Jacob. So those are the ones that pop in my head. The video, push a button, scroll.
You say
quite a
squirrel?
lot of Jacob.
Obviously. Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Did you say
No,
scroll or
that's clearly
squirrel?
for you.
Did you say scroll or squirrel?
Oh, I said scroll. Oh, there's a squirrel one too?
Yeah, that's the one I was going to use.
I think I remember that
Yeah.
story. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, I think I remember you guys telling that story in one of the biz dev meetings.
Jacob?
Shawn took mine, so I'm gonna think of a different one now. And I'm gonna try to make it not related to me, since apparently everybody thinks there are so many about me. I like no to notary. a lot.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
So for anybody who doesn't know who's listening, no to notary is basically Shawn's way of just saying no to anything he doesn't want to do. One of which was becoming a notary. So just kind of stuck.
phobia or some shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, just didn't want to do it. There was nothing else behind it. And purple, but no, that is what it is.
Cam?
Throttle back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
So there you go. It's not about you, Jacob. Throttle
Thank
back.
you. I appreciate that.
John's always trying to goose the throttle. Like we're in the speedboat, right? And we're, those speedboats where they skip across the top of the water. And I'm like, whoa, let's bring it back down. Like we'll get there, but let's cruise.
Nice. Well, I was going to say purple, but Shawn kind of mentioned it. And that's like the OG one, like way back when, probably the first month I started working with him. And I made this survey that defaulted to purple. And he's like, I like it, but I don't like the purple. And I'm like, what? He's like, no, I just don't like the purple. And now anytime I make something purple, he's like, oh, you're mad at me. And if it just sort of defaults there. But the other one is the dancing monkey thing.
That's a
Where
good
Shawn
one.
always says that he's the dancing monkey and I'm the person with the accordion or whatever, with the puppet.
The
String.
strings.
Yeah.
The strings.
All right, so I've got two more questions. They're a little bit more in depth because you kind of want to talk a little bit about everyone in them. But the first one is, what small contribution do you think of for everyone? So this could be, for example, what made me think of this is Cam was writing the other day and kept doing his break thing. And so something small like that we sort of see every day, that it could be something one of us says, it could be something one of us writes, it could be anything like that. So go through and kind of, if you can, we'll sort of free for all it. Like, it doesn't have to be one thing about every person. From like Shawn, you don't have to do all of the other four, but just like something for everyone. What's a group consensus?
What were they again?
So like, what small contribution do you think of for everyone?
As in a contribution, you said Cam says break and is like when he's writing on the Hangouts, right?
Yeah, something that we've all sort of adopted because of one person.
I think, I don't know. This is something I always say, and I just realized it because I was reading something somewhere, but I always say awesome. That's something I always say. I don't know. I want to hear what y'all are going to come up with. Because I don't know.
Why don't we do it like that? So what do you guys think that Shawn has said that is really kind of, we've adopted it, it's sort of come into the company culture? I mean, one thing I think of for you, Shawn, is the no judgment and brainstorming, which you actually stole from your wife.
Totally.
But
Totally.
I think stay in your lane for Shawn. And every time he shares that meme of the car just like randomly turning and going off road, I always laugh hysterically every time I see it.
Flashbacks.
Yeah. That's a good one though, because he does it for himself too.
Yeah. Totally.
When he's like, hey, can we do this? And I'm like, no, we're doing it like this. And he sends the GIF and it's like, yep.
These are good. I forget all this stuff sometimes.
Cam, Kaylee, thoughts on stuff that Shawn has brought to the company?
So boom equals deal.
Yeah.
Boom.
Yeah.
That equals a deal or a contract or something huge.
Yeah.
Yep.
All caps with the emoji.
Yep.
Yes.
That's what that means.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
Yep.
That's pretty good. Okay.
Okay. Things that Kaylee has brought to the company, and she's been with us a little bit, not as long as everyone else. So she doesn't have as long to have made that impression.
Tequila, since I now know the inside story to that.
That's pretty funny. That's pretty funny. I don't know yet.
I really like your love of purple because now it bothers Shawn.
That's funny. I didn't think about that one.
Oh yeah, WWOB Jacob. Is that what you said? Yeah.
That was the one I was thinking about. Was like the women's wholesaling out of the box thing. WWOB.
And that video you did for the Thanksgiving sale.
Oh, that was good.
Yeah, that was solid.
good. These guys. That was good. Those are good ones.
Jacob, or people for Jacob, like what has he brought to the company?
Oh boy.
I wouldn't know these things like what, because you guys were doing them all along. And so when you asked the question, I was thinking like for Shawn, he brings the energy, keeps everybody pumped. And Cam, for at least for me, he brings, or he contributes direction on what way to go on, or how to handle certain scenarios. Jacob is definitely the talk for me, like what do you say, and how to say it. And Ashley, there is no small thing, you do everything. So that's where I thought you were going with it. I don't know the little inside things or who started what, because
now you're gonna know them, recognize them, and then build some of your own.
Cam, though, you were saying something about Jacob?
It's always the deep dive with Jacob that goes somewhere that may not be related entirely. Like you could trace the string of how it got there, but there's always something valuable at the end, right? And that's what Jacob always brings. Like Jacob just brings something up that it's not random. It's something that we should talk about, or it's a question, right? But then that question will just evolve onto something, and usually we end up putting something into place because of it that makes the company better. So, and I don't know how your brain goes from there and does all those steps, but it does it every time. If it ever doesn't do it, I think we're going to check on you medically because something.
Jacob's snorkel gear.
Yeah, totally. I was going to say the same thing. He's so deep dive on everything, but with purpose. It's not for nothing, right? That'll go back to when we created the app for the inspection app. You know what I mean? I feel like that was a collaboration between you two, but it came together, and it was because there was this deep dive process, scuba gear all day. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But the only reason I feel comfortable doing that though is because everybody is like it's always the no judgment and brainstorming. So I throw a lot of stuff out there, but I feel comfortable in doing that because I know that at the end of the day, you guys aren't going to be like, what the hell is this shit? And if you do, it's usually valid, right? But like, so.
Yeah, I agree with Cam. The go-to is the deep dive that because of his engineering brain. Yeah. It always comes up with something good that makes me as a business owner look back and go, wait a minute, what? Right? Or like, wait a minute, that's actually a really good idea. So yeah, deep dive. I just can't stay down but so long.
All right, and Cam, like I said for you, the break thing, and now it's just kind of become normal to see that, which helps a lot because I think sometimes we use like we just go into different topics. Shawn especially does that to me, and he's like, yeah, this and this, and I'm like, how does that relate to what we were talking about? He's like, oh no, it doesn't. We moved on, and I was like, okay, thanks.
Squirrel.
Yeah.
I feel like for Cam, it always comes back to the creation of processes and then the implementation. Like everything that you have developed and created on the VA front that you and Ashley have collaborated on, it's like to me is just, it's, to use Shawn's word, awesome. Like it really is. It's crazy. Like, and it's funny because like I feel like there are so many times where I'll just be like, hey, we should do this, and then you'll be like, yeah, that process is already in place, and I'm like, oh shit, okay, cool. Like, and I feel like that happens a lot, and that's seems to be mainly because of you and Ashley collaborating and then just going and creating them. And I think that is a massive piece that you bring to the table, is everything that goes into that, and it's awesome.
Yeah, I agree. 100%. I visionary from an owner standpoint and a visionary to the integration, right? It would be like, or I used to say it's executor, right?
Executioner. And then I kept saying that it reminded me of the guillotine.
Yeah.
Pulling the lever.
So like we put an idea up and like, bah, it gets done instead of killed. Yeah, it definitely is building out processes with direction, which I think goes back to your skill set from like the team stuff, and then building things as from military days. You know, I think that's what you excel in, you're really good at. And then you have a set time to finish it. And it's always been pretty damn close, I think. Tell me if I'm wrong, but I'm like, we go for a goal and it's usually there. And maybe something comes up that derails it a little bit, but otherwise it's like, hey, we're finishing this. Here's what we did. Here's how it operates. Here's what happened. So yeah, I agree. Execution, the break thing's pretty damn funny because that's a big one. I say this not to be as like an age thing, but I love to throw out memes that I think an age thing because of Cam, he's closer to my age, is a little bit of separation between the other people in the group. But I mean, Kaylee, you're close to that age group, so I know you'll start seeing things.
Yeah.
And then it'll be like I sent something with the Bill and no, what is it?
Wayne and Garth.
Wayne and Garth. And I was all like, because he was talking about getting his game back on, right? And it was like in the middle of that show, they're like, game off. And they walk off and come back on. He knew exactly what I was saying. So I love those. You put those out there and he catches them. It's like me not catching Ashley's Gone Girl stuff.
Legally Blonde.
Legally Blonde.
Very different movies.
That's what I didn't know. Yeah, that's cool. I like those. What are some other ones that you guys recognize on Cam?
I don't think I have any more that I can think of right now. Cam, do you have things that you think you do?
No, but the whole dead Cam thing came to my head when you were talking about execution.
Forgot about that.
That's an inside joke, right? And so we have a button in one of the lead systems where if the lead's dead, you press dead, and we do it by the person. So there's a button that's called dead Kaylee and dead Jacob and dead Cam. And I told Ashley, I was like, every time I push a button, it's like you're killing me. Like, why is it called dead Cam, dead Jake? So that's a little inside joke. And so, yeah. But now we can't change the name of the button because it's awesome.
I laughed so hard when he told me that. Now I can't like see it without laughing.
That's funny. That's really good.
All right. And for me, what small contributions do you think of, words, phrases, etc., do you think that I've added to the company?
So moving on.
Yeah.
Yes. Ashley is good at killing the squirrel and bringing it back in.
Yeah. That's very true. Rounding the squirrel crew back up. I think, well, this is between me and her sometimes, but I always talk about data, not drama, but I always have to have a little bit of drama for Ashley every now and then because she likes it. And it's like, it's good because you don't get to, you're not in an office where you get to like hear the gossiping or the little stuff, you know what I mean? So every now and then I have those conversations where her and I will write each other and someone will be like, so did you hear about such and such? Or I'll write about something that we're working on, and then it'll be about somebody that we're working with the moment, and she'll be like, ooh, what? Hold on, I'm gonna call you. I love those moments. I love them because it gets away from the numbers and number talk, and it is a little bit more personal talk to about like what that situation is, which is usually pretty dramatic. So, what else, guys? There's got to be
watching or spending an hour watching a video to see if crystal glasses are still there. Like, yeah. The problem.
But what are some other little quirks that you guys think of that Ashley does?
A good word, quirks. I should have used that.
Yeah,
oh, well.
That's what I'm starting to hear is like little quirks that people do, right?
Send me an email. Slash an inside joke. But I always say that you should always know yourself well enough, right? And sometimes when we're out and these ideas come up, Ashley knows herself well enough to be like, hey, send me an email and I got it. But if you have me write notes right now and it might not get done, and I don't want that to happen. So kind of an inside joke, but at least she knows and doesn't drop the ball, right? It's send me an email and I'll be out somewhere in Google email and just type the message in caps on the subject line. So, okay, got it.
I like the little nose that always come out.
Oh God, yeah.
Right?
Oh.
Can you do this? No.
Can I just ask one more question? No.
Yeah.
But sometimes it gets me in trouble. Like Cam asked me the other day if he could do something, and it was like a real no. I was like, oh my God, no, don't. But all I said was no because I was like trying to type fast so that he didn't do it. And he was like, is this a real no or an Ashley no? So sometimes it gets me in trouble.
Yep. And that one would have gotten me in trouble. I don't even remember what it was, but yeah, I was going to do something that, yeah.
Oh yeah, with Upwork.
There it was. Yep.
Yeah.
Not the end of the world, but would have caused more work. So, yep.
Yeah. Okay. So I forgot about this one question that I think is going to be very telling. And then one final question after that. So now there are actually two. But most used emoji in your phone.
Can we look?
Yeah. Go ahead.
Most used emoji?
Yeah.
It's got to be whenever I was setting up the stuff I post on Facebook. To the Virginia
really, for you, I would think it would be that little explosion-y.
Yeah. I think that was it. Oh, that and the caution sign.
Oh yeah.
I use that one all the time. So the boom signal and the caution sign. Those are probably my go-tos. Yeah, I just looked at it. It's like it's on if you're going to post and they're asking like what emoji you want to post.
Yeah.
That's funny. I forgot about that.
Kaylee?
Mine's the purple heart.
Okay. Jacob?
I think mine's probably thumbs up.
Cam?
Yeah, mine is thumbs up as well. And that little like rosy cheek smiley face deal.
Okay.
I think I've shared this with you guys, but probably not on a podcast, that most of the emoji faces confuse me. I don't know.
Like an emoji?
I get confused by them. I'm not sure if I've shared this with you guys, but I'm not really comfortable using most of the faces because I don't really understand. It's something with my brain. Anyways, so, but the rosy smiley, I'm like, it pretty much works all the time, right? So, yeah, but definitely thumbs up and the symbols is more. Yeah. So there's something weird about Cam.
Mine are the hair flip customer service lady emoji. Where she's like this.
What is that one?
Oh.
Yep. And then the face palm emoji.
Oh yeah.
I do like that one. Yep.
Yes, I do that one a lot too.
That's a good one.
Okay, so final question, and I think this will kind of round robin like we did with the contribution stuff, but what role would everyone play in a zombie apocalypse?
Ooh. Nice.
What? What role
I've never watched a zombie movie.
would you play? Give me some ideas of roles. I don't even know what to be as a role.
So
Legend.
are you like the hunter? Are you the one that's going to kill the zombies? Are you the one that's going to discover the cure? Are you running away and hiding? Like, what are you doing in a zombie apocalypse?
Oh, I'm definitely shooting shit. Totally 100%. Blowing up, shooting, like whatever it takes to take shit out. Yeah, I'm game for that one. I'm not solving anything and I'm not hiding from anything.
I would want Jacob to be in charge of building the shelter or the protection, like the place we were going to shelter, right?
Mhm.
Yep.
Yeah,
That's the
I
first
can see
thing.
myself making like a pretty baller fort.
Yep.
Yeah.
I agree.
This is actually crazy. So I had this dream before. My dreams are movies. And it was like an apocalypse, but maybe not zombies, but my place was the safe haven. People running by, they bring them in, and I and another person standing at the door guarding with our guns. So I guess that'd be my role.
As long as you don't let in the one person that is just randomly bitten on the arm, Kaylee, and
It
screw
hasn't
over
changed
everybody,
yet.
you're good.
Interesting. Okay. I like that.
Cam?
Yeah,
Or does anyone have ideas about what Cam would be?
sure.
Well, Cam, you were an aircraft tech, right?
Yeah, vehicles.
Yeah. So Cam's making sure that all the vehicles are working, so that if we need a fast escape, we can totally do that.
Yeah,
I see that
I do like to
happening
shoot
for
shit.
sure.
Too.
The two of you together are making the vehicle into a bomb.
I feel like Cam would also be in charge of like the food and the rations and stuff, like to make sure we have enough. Because
like
he's got that dad vibe to make sure everyone's got like everyone's fed and like we have enough for everyone. So
I do like to stick to a meal schedule.
yes, you do like to stick to a meal schedule too. You'll make sure we eat promptly at noon.
I see Ashley as the person who's like building the whole plan out for the entire like facility or whatever. She's like managing everybody in the background, and she's like, no, you need to do this and you will do this. I feel like that's what's going to happen for sure.
So like this podcast.
Yes.
Yes.
And I very much see like, have you guys seen what is Zombieland, right? I very much see Shawn as like the Tallahassee, where he's just like making a game out of everything, like zombie kill of the month, zombie kill of the year. Like I see Shawn just being like, what are we gonna do today that's just gonna be awesome? Like how are we gonna kill like a zombie in the greatest way possible? Like I see that being Shawn for sure. Having fun with it, basically.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. So this went longer than I thought it would, but I think we had fun. I had fun.
Yeah.
So hopefully
that was interesting. That was some cool shit. I like it. Like rabbit holes everywhere.
Right? Yeah. That's kind of what I felt like. That is us to a T. So I felt like that was what we needed to do for our 100th episode. It'll help you guys get to know us a little bit better, and I think helped us get to know each other a little bit better. I mean, like I said, we're all on the same page with the toilet paper roll, so that's an important thing. Maybe for the 200th episode, we'll talk about toothpaste. And from the bottom,
obviously, if you don't agree with Ashley, you know where you stand. Join this group.
Yeah, I mean, you're wrong.
You're out.
Yeah. So anyway, thanks again, you guys, for watching or listening all the way up to the 100th episode. We've really appreciated it. Hopefully we've given you a lot of really good information. I know this one wasn't as much about real estate, but we've got a ton of real estate information in our old episodes and coming up. So, and thank you guys again to Cam, Jacob, Shawn, and Kaylee for dancing when I say dance and coming on to this podcast or the YouTube videos, because I really appreciate it. That way it's not just me talking all the time, because that's got to get boring. So thanks again, guys, and hope to see you soon. Bye.